Hi guys, being a student of science and especially chemistry, you are required to write and submit progress reports, write manuscripts, and research theses. And most of the time, while preparing these documents, you are supposed to draw certain chemical reactions or structures or even some figures. And it's very important to have information and knowledge about the software that would help you to draw these structures or formula or equations in the most proper and beautiful way. Chemdraw is one of them. And today I'm going to tell you about the basics of Chemdraw, how to use it for writing your reports or manuscripts or thesis. So let's begin. So we are on our desktop and I'll open the Chemdraw software from here. So let's see the main menu bar and find different options that you can use. So if you click File, you will see new ACS document 1996. That is the format which is by default is an ACS document. So you can select this and it goes into that format. So I'll just click on it and now it's open. You can open some saved files from here. You can open some style sheets. So if you don't like ACS document, you have all these formats which you can open and draw your structures or formula in all these formats. Here you can find different templates. So you can see here advanced by draw, amino acid chains, amino acids, anatomy, even animals, aromatics, bicyclic molecules, bugs, and a lot of more options. So if you want to draw some figure which need to include some anatomy figures, so you just click on anatomy and you can see all these pictures here which you can use in your document. So I just close it for now and let's see if find something else. So bugs, that's pretty interesting. So you can find some bugs here in Chemdraw as well. So you can click on any of the bug and see it's right here. If you come down, there are certain other samples like different pathways, biological pathways, the peptide pathways, GPCR pathway, antigen pathway. So you can click on any of them and you can use it then. Right, so here it is. The required pathway is right here. So I'll just close it for now because we are going to see some other options as well. You can close it from here. You can save your document from here. This is your page setup from which you can change the dimensions of the page. You can also print your document and these are certain other document settings that you can use. Here you can find the cut, copy, paste options as well. Now this is important. This view menu bar, it's pretty important. You see different options here, what you want to see and or what you want Chemdraw to show you. So if you click on this show crosshair, so you just check it and you see this grid, this crosshair on your main screen. This is sometimes important to align your structures properly while drawing different schemes or chemical reactions. But if you don't like it, you can just uncheck it. But I usually work with the crosshair and draw my structures. You can also use rulers. So if you click on the rulers, you see the rulers are here. Here's the main toolbar. So if you just check the main toolbar, see it is embedded right here and it has a lot of different options that I'll tell you in a couple of minutes. Then you have the biopolymer toolbar, the biodraw toolbar, general toolbar, style toolbar, and structure toolbar, and a lot of different options. You can also have the periodic table as well. So you can use templates from here as well. So all the templates are right here again. You can also check this, show chemical warnings, like sometimes if by mistake you violate the valency of an atom. For example, you draw 5 bonds for carbon in a structure and you just overlook it and you don't know that you have made a mistake. So if this is checked, it will give you a warning there with a red color. I'll show you later that something is wrong here, and then you can check whatever is wrong, you can correct that mistake. If you come to the object menu, so you can see object settings. It's not working right now because we don't have any object selected. I'll show you later what object settings have. This is important. You should check fixed lengths and fixed angles because when you're drawing bonds, they should be of equal lengths. Otherwise, the structure would look pretty ugly, and that's not by the rules of chemistry. So you should check fixed lengths, and that will draw the bonds in the equal lengths. You should also check fixed angles, and that will draw the molecule with the correct angles. Like for example, if you have an sp3 center, so it will draw the angles at about 109.5 degrees, or if you have an sp2 system, so it will have angles of about 120 degrees. You can also check this to show stereochemistry, but it's not required. You should keep it unchecked. From here you can align your structures either to the left or right. You can distribute them horizontally or vertically. You can add some frames as well. In the structure menu bar, you have the atom properties, the bond properties. You can also check the structure. I'll tell you how. You can clean up structure as well, because if the structure is not drawn properly, you just click on this option and it will just clean it up with the correct angles and bond lengths. You can clean up the biopolymers as well if they are not drawn correctly. So you can use this option from here to clean them up, to draw them correctly. Down here, you can also predict the proton NMR chemical shifts of molecules. You can predict the carbon-13 NMR shifts of different atoms, carbon atoms in a structure. You can also make spectrum structure assignments, right? You can convert a name to a structure, or you can find out the name, the IUPAC name of a structure from here. This is the text menu. From here you can select the fonts, the styles, whether it is plain, bold, italics, underline, subscript, superscript, formula, format, and you can also change the font size from here. Here you can adjust your or align your text either to the left, center, to the right, justified, and so on. These are for the curves, the curves that are usually used in reaction mechanism. So this is a plain curve, it's a dashed curve, bold, double. You want to have an arrowhead at the start, you want to have an arrowhead at the end, or you want a half arrowhead. Whatever you want, you can select the option from here. These are different colors for text, for the bonds, for the atoms, for the whole structure. You can change colors from here. You can find structures for a name from these options. You can connect to SciFinder if you have access to SciFinder. So you just draw structure and click on this option. It will search it for you in SciFinder, and you can browse different web sources as well from here. Right, so you can cascade, you can tile your window vertically, horizontally from here, and here you can find some help. Now let's come to the main toolbar. Here you have this lasso selection tool which you can use. Let me first draw something for you, and then I'll show you how you can use all these options. So I just draw a benzene ring. So if you click on this lasso tool, see it is selected, or you can just drag it like this and see it is selected. You can drag the structure from here to enlarge or to reduce the size, and it will ask you whether you want to change the settings or you keep the settings. So if you click yes, the settings will change, and that means that the bond width, the boldness will change when you change the size, and then you click yes here. If you click on no, the bond width, the boldness will not change. So let's first click on yes and see it's a little bit bolder now. This is the marquee selection tool. So if it's not selected and you just click on it, see it is selected, and then you can drag it to any part of the main screen. Here you have the structure perspective. So if you click on this, and then you see you can just rotate the structure to different angles and keep it the way you want it to be in your final file format. I'll undo this and bring it back. This is the fragmentation tool. So if you click on this and click the left mouse key and you just drag it like this, you see it will give you the mass fragments. See the upper one, this is 39, this is 39. So you have cut this molecule into half, and that gives you the mass fragments. So you can find some fragments from here and tally it with your mass spectrum as well. This option is for drawing the bond. So this is a solid bond. You just click on it, and you don't need to drag it. You just click on the main screen, and boom, you have the bonds formed. Now you have to check the fixed bond length from here and bond angles. So you see, when you have checked this and you just click on it, it will draw the next bond with appropriate angles. If it is not checked, it may you may drag it to an inappropriate angle and in an inappropriate length, longer than the other bonds or shorter than the other bonds. So you don't need to drag it. You just click on it and see it's very easy and beautiful. This is the eraser tool. So if you don't need anything, you can just click on it and erase it from here. This option is for the multiple bonds. So you can see, you can find different multiple bonds, double bond with one of the bond dotted and the other a solid, a triple bond, all different formats you can find. So you just click on the main screen. I'll just remove the cross here for you, so that everything is pretty much visible. Yeah, looks good. So you just click here, and here you have the double bond, right? If you want to draw a single bond next to it, see, another one, and boom. So it draws the bonds in correct angles. Then this is the text tool. You click on it, this text tool, and then you can draw you can write anything. You can change the font size and color from here, the boldness, and you want it to be italic or anything, you can change it from here. So you see, you just select it and you come here to the text tool. This is the font. You can change the font, see, and the style, you want it to be italic. Okay, good. You can change the size from here. I want it to be at 24, and here it is, right? This is a dashed bond. If you need a dashed bond somewhere in the structure in a chemical reaction, you can draw it from here. This is a hashed bond, usually used for stereogenic centers, where you want some group to be shown behind the plane like this. So you can just click here and see, it will draw this hashed bond here. You can also use this hashed wedge in place of this. So if you want to replace this hashed bond, you just bring your cursor here and you see this highlighter. Click on it and see, it has changed. Okay, this is the pen tool. It is used usually for drawing different curves. So if you have selected this and it acts like a pen, you just use the left mouse click and drag it. You see, it's here. But you can draw it in different shapes. You see, you just click on it, and when the hand tool appears, you just drag it, and you see it looks very easy, very beautiful. So you can use it in chemical reactions. You can drag it anywhere. You can shorten it from the end like this, and see, so it's pretty easy. Okay, this is the arrow tool, and if you just click and hold it, you will find a lot of different options. So you want these arrows with a larger arrowhead, you want these retrosynthetic arrows, you want curves, you want this equilibrium arrows, the resonance arrows, everything you can find here. So let's see if I want this arrow, so you just drag it and here it is. So this is a curve, but you cannot drag it or you cannot change the shape of this arrow just like the pen tool. So pen tool is pretty easy. You can use the pen tool to change the shape of this curve to anything like this, or just drag it to your will, but you cannot drag this one. This is fixed, right? Here we have the orbitals. So you just left click and hold, and you will find a lot of different options for drawing different orbitals. So if you select this one and just click here, see, you have the orbital. If you want to increase or decrease the size, you select it and you can drag it to increase or decrease the size. You can also change the color of this orbital. You want it in a different color, so let's see. If we select this blue color, here it is. You can also draw this orbital for a hybridized orbital, see here. And if it is smaller, you can again change the size. You can drag it. Oh, here we have a bold bond. If you want to show something with a bold bond, it is here. It's a bold wedge, and here you have a different drawing elements. You can draw circles, you can draw dashed circles, you can draw this black colored circles, you can change the colors later on, and you can draw these curves as well. So you want a rectangle around this butane, so it's pretty easy. Just drag it and here it is. Okay, next is this option. Again, you just left click and hold it, and you see the parentheses, the square brackets, and these single one, the double ones as well. Here you can find different chemical symbols. If you want plus sign, it's a carbocation, or any positive charge on any atom, you can select it from here. And like, let's see if I can use it. So if you just click on it and place it somewhere, like here you see the highlighter, and just click it here, and here it is. You want to have a negative sign somewhere, you just bring the cursor here, the highlighter is on, and you just click, the negative charge is there. You can also use this option for lone pairs, for a single unpaired electron as well. This is a wavy bond. Here is the chromatography tool. So you can draw a chromatogram as well. So you just select one of them, like this one, and just hold it, drag it, and here it is. By default, there are a few dots here. You can change the number of dots, you can change the position of a dot, and if you want to show someone your chromatogram, so you can change the position of all these spots and it will also show you the RF values. So you can draw different chromatograms from here. If you want to draw long chains, so here is the tool for drawing the chains. Rather than adding one bond at a time, you just click on the chain, and if you click here, you see it asks you how many carbon atoms you want to have in a chain. So by default it is 5 here, and if I just click add, you see it will draw a chain with 5 carbon atoms. If you want to have a longer chain, so I just write 7 here and click add. Now it has 7 carbons in the chain. Here you will find all the templates. So all the templates are here. You see the animals, the anatomy, the advanced Chembiodraw. It's pretty beautiful. The amino acids are here. The aromatics, different aromatic structures. You can find bio instruments as well. You can find the bio art, even the bugs, the clipper, these glasswares. See, if you need them in your project or in your report, so you can use all these options. You can use all these templates. You don't have to draw them manually. It's pretty easy in Chembiodraw. Oh, you have the microorganisms as well, so you can find some viruses here, and the nanotubes, even different cell organelles are here. These are different shapes if you need them, and some supramolecules as well. So these are all the templates available for you. And here we have certain basic shapes. So you have a cyclopropane ring, a cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, cycloheptane, cyclooctane. You even have the chairs, the cyclohexane chairs. So you just click on a chair and here it is. You don't have to draw it manually. You want to add another chair, just click here and here it is, right? You want to draw a benzene ring, you just click on that and click here. You can change the position. You have cyclopentadiene. You click on it and click it here. It's drawn. You want to add another ring. It's here, right? So this was all about the basics of Chemdraw and the main toolbar. I'll tell you about some tricks and shortcuts in the upcoming video. Thank you so much for watching.